Title: Let's Speak Your Action. In the small town of Raghaspur, there lived a boy named Aryan. He was 16 years old. Aryan was quiet. He hardly spoke in school, never argued at home, and rarely shared his thoughts. Because of this, people thought he was weak or afraid. Even his classmates made fun of him. "Hey, look, here comes the silent monk," laughed Ravi, the school bully. "Do you ever speak, or are you saving your voice for your wedding?" Aryan did not reply. He just smiled and walked away. He believed in something his grandfather had once told him: words may lie, but actions never do. Let your actions speak. Aryan was a good student. He helped his mother with housework and took care of his little sister. He would clean the street outside his house, feed stray dogs, and even give his lunch to hungry children. But nobody noticed. They only saw that he was quiet. One day, the school announced an annual competition called Leaders of Change. Every student had to pick a problem in society and try to solve it. The winner would get a scholarship and their idea would be shared across schools in the district. The whole school was excited. Students discussed ideas loudly in the hallways: pollution, plastic waste, bullying, hunger, and so on. Everyone wanted to win. Aryan sat alone under the banyan tree, thinking quietly. He didn't speak much, but he watched the world closely. He had seen something most others missed. Outside school, every day, there were poor children selling balloons or cleaning car windows. They looked tired, hungry, and sad. Aryan had once given his food to a boy named Chotu, who had not eaten in 2 days. That moment stayed with Aryan. "I will work for these children," Aryan decided. But not by shouting. "I will act." Aryan did not tell anyone his plan. He started small. He spoke to Chotu and his friends. He asked about their lives, their needs, their dreams. Most of them had never gone to school. They worked to feed their families. Aryan met a retired teacher in his lane, Mrs. Sen. She loved to teach but had no one to teach now. Aryan requested her to help him. He cleaned a corner of the park and set up a mat and blackboard. He brought old books from his home and neighbors. Slowly, every evening, 10 to 12 poor children started coming to Aryan's free school. He taught them basic reading, numbers, hygiene, and stories. Mrs. Sen helped twice a week. Aryan never asked for praise. He only acted. While others made posters and speeches for the school competition, Aryan quietly changed lives. A week before the competition, students had to present their progress. Aryan had no fancy poster. He had no slideshow. He had a file with pictures of his little classroom, some letters from the children, and a report handwritten by Mrs. Sen. When he stood on the stage, the auditorium was full. Students laughed. What will he say? He can't even talk. Aryan cleared his throat and began, "Good morning. I don't have big words. I only have small actions." His voice shook, but he continued. He showed the pictures: children smiling while learning, playing, eating. He shared a short video of Chotu reading his first English sentence. Then Aryan stepped back and said, "I didn't do this for a prize. I did it because I had to. I speak less. But I hope my actions spoke." There was silence in the hall. Then loud applause. The judges were surprised. One said, "This is what leadership means." He didn't shout for attention. He worked silently. He made change happen. Aryan won the first prize. Local newspapers printed his story. "Silent Boy Creates Big Change," one headline read. Aryan's free school got donations. The town council offered a room to run it properly. More children joined. Volunteers came in. Ravi, the bully, came to Aryan one day and said, "I used to tease you. But you are more of a man than I am. You spoke with action." Aryan smiled and replied, "It's never too late to act. Want to help me tomorrow?" Ravi nodded. Within a few months, Aryan's model was copied in nearby towns. The "Let's Speak Your Action" campaign began. Students from different schools started small acts, cleaning rivers, planting trees, feeding the poor, without seeking fame. Arian was invited to speak at a state-level youth conference. He felt nervous. He was never good with words. But on the stage, with thousands of eyes on him, he stood tall. My name is Arian. I was called the Silent One. But I was never silent. I spoke through my actions. If you want to change the world, don't just talk. Do something. Let your actions shout louder than your words. The hall roared with claps. Years passed. Arian's school became an NGO. Many of the street kids he taught became teachers, engineers, and artists. One day, a girl named Mina, who was once a rag picker, came back after finishing college. You changed my life, she said with tears. You didn't ask for thanks. But I thank you today. You didn't speak much then. But your actions gave me a future. Arian replied, I didn't do anything special. I just did what needed to be done. Arian was awarded by the President of India for social work. He still lived in Raghaspur, still taught children, and still believed that action speaks louder than words. Conclusion. We all have ideas, dreams, and feelings. But talking is not enough. Arian showed us that even if you speak no words, your actions can become a voice that echoes across lives. So the next time you want to make a difference, remember Arian's story. Let's speak your action.